All right, man, we're back. Sorry, we had to take a little break there. Woo!
Gosh.
What the fuck are we talking? We were talking. We got really deep there for a second.
All right. Let's put it on a more positive note.
So, if chimpanzees were to rule the world,
what is it? What's the
the
movie?
Planet of the Apes, basically.
Planet of the Apes. Yes.
What would your idea be? How would you
Well,
fight the chimpanzees?
I don't think I would. I think I would.
You would just submit,
I think I would try to side with them.
be their slave.
No, not necessarily be their slave. I feel like I would try to make a truce and where we could live.
We're gonna make a truce for the chimpanzees. Everybody, fucking listen up. Listen the fuck up.
I feel like it could be more of a sense of you could
Wait, what is it? Get some more Coca-Cola.
Fuck, hang on. It could be more of a sense of having a peaceful
transition of power to the chimps.
Yeah, kind of.
That sounds horrible.
Kind of.
This is America. We don't let anybody rule us
That's for damn sure.
except our own government.
Yeah, right.
Who doesn't care?
Freedom of speech.
At least we have that sort of,
Kind of. Not really.
cancel culture. Horrible. But like, throw my jab in there somewhere. If you, all right, better question is if you had a superpower to fight the chimpanzees, what would it be?
If I could have a superpower to fight them,
Yes.
not
Not your favorite superpower. What would your superpower be to fight them?
that's a good question. Probably be able to turn invisible.
You think you could take out 1,000,000 chimps being invisible?
I mean, it'd be a start to get somewhere. It would be a start in the right
I don't
direction.
think you get close. I think you would hit like the first 5 and they'd be like, he's over there somewhere. Go get him.
Bro, they probably have a sixth sense fucking sense, man. They're probably like, I fucking see him, even though you're invisible or some shit. What would yours be?
Oh, dude. So my first thought was like super strength, but then I was like, no, they'd still overwhelm you with numbers.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
So my next thought would be cloning. The ability to clone yourself.
Oh, that's a
Like
good
as
one.
many
That's a
times
good
as
one.
possible.
I like that. Okay.
So you just have to, eventually you just outnumber them. You just do what the Russians and the Americans did to Germany. You just outnumber them.
yeah, that's a
And
good
you
point.
eventually win the war because they just can't kill enough bodies.
Yeah, that's a solid point.
It's horrible. It's morbid, but
Yeah,
works.
very, very little bit.
we
but
would win the war. My clones would save humanity.
Yes, I mean, yeah, because you can just keep making clones no matter what, and
As long as they don't find me, I'm good. If I die, it's over. It's not gonna be hidden away in like a bunker.
question: If you were able to make clones, would you want your clones to be able to make clones, or would you be the only one to make
No,
clones?
I'm the only one that can do it.
Only one that can make clones?
Yes, sir. I can call them all back too. I can be like, and they just like zoom back in. I just absorb them.
So it's kind of like the Mr. Mises box.
I am a Mr. Mises box personally, except I don't take orders. Yes.
Okay. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Do you ever? What was your superpower growing up? What did you want?
Be able to teleport 100%. Because imagine you're sitting there, you're like, yeah, you know
I
what?
don't have to imagine it. I know what it is.
Imagine like you're like, I want to go
Just
to
imagine
Italy.
you can go anywhere you want.
You're
Oh,
like-
really? Like teleport? Yes, exactly like that.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly like teleportation. I understand completely now.
You're like, you know what? I want to go here today. I'm gonna do this. I want to experience that. You can just go there, and you're like, ah, fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna go there today. Okay.
That would be cool.
If
That would be cool.
If you can teleport, would you? You're able to take one person. Would you rather? Do you think teleportation you could be able to take other people, or you think you should be able to
I'm
just
gonna
take yourself?
teleport straight to the White House, and I don't care what standing president is. I'm gonna teleport in, grab his shoulder, and then teleport out. And we're like, "What the fuck happened?" I'm just gonna
What was
fuck.
that?
I'm just
What
gonna
the fuck
fuck
was
with the whole
that?
nation. And then I'm gonna drop him off somewhere, and then I'm gonna go to China and do the same exact thing. And then I'm gonna drop him off, and I'm gonna go to Russia. I'm just gonna do every fucking nation's leader. And remember, the world's gonna be like, "What the fuck going on?"
So you'll be able to
And I'll-
teleport someone else.
Yeah, one person. Sure.
One
Fuck it.
person.
Fuck it.
Solid
not?
Move. Solid move.
Why not?
I agree with that.
What could go wrong?
A lot.
What I just said. I could The world of chaos. I mean,
lot.
what could go wrong? I mean, one person, you rob a bank, you throw them in the cell. Would you use your teleportation powers for good or for bad?
Bad. 100%.
Get the fuck out of my studio.
I'm sorry. I just gotta go real quick.
I think I would do both. I'd be the anti-hero. So I'm good, but I'm also bad.
So
I'd rob a bank, but then I would save the world.
I
can keep robbing banks.
What's the show? The Boys on Amazon. It's The Boys where.
Think Deadpool, anti-hero.
Okay.
Think Deadpool. Yeah, he does good, but he also is killing people.
But in a good sense, though.
Quote, in a good sense.
Quote unquote.
Right.
Yeah.
But he also was a hitman.
Yeah.
So he's also just killing people because he couldn't die, and then he fought bad villains. That's an anti-hero.
Okay. That's,
they do good to an extent if it benefits them.
Yeah.
Whereas a hero does it no matter what.
Like Superman.
Correct.
He has to do it no matter
what. I was trying to say fucking Superman. God damn it.
Superman,
yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
He
does no matter what.
Have to do it.
He wanted to save Earth no matter what.
Superman movies are good as fuck, dude.
Or did he want to save it because then he would look like a hero?
Ooh.
Do we know that? We don't
know. Okay. I feel like Deadpool.
He wanted to keep his job as a newspaper.
I feel like
he was like, I want to be this writer, the best writer there ever was. I have to save the world.
I feel like Deadpool is more or less like, I don't give a shit if I'm actually a good guy. I feel he's probably the one of the guys like, guys, that's just, I want to bully someone and beat the fuck out of them.
I mean, that's the big thing in the movies is that the X-Men won't work with him because they think he's not a true hero.
I wouldn't say he's a true hero.
No, he's not. That's why they don't work with him.
But what's the fucking Colossus?
Yeah, but they work with him to an extent, right? They wait till it gets. They don't want to work with him, but then it gets bad enough to where they have to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
But they won't let him join the X-Men unless he turns completely good, and he's like, I'm not gonna do that.
That's never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
Speaking of Deadpool, those fucking movies are fire.
I agree. The first one was hysterical.
Oh,
second one was good. First one though was absolutely hysterical. I remember I was laughing the entire movie. It was action, comedy, everything I wanted.
Those movies are very, very well produced, and they're very, very good. The entire time, there's always something. Just with Ryan Reynolds in general, even him in and out of role, he's fucking hilarious. Like him and his wife, they do the funniest things. Have you seen a bunch of the things they do?
Blake Lively?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them.
He'll just make jokes that are like Blake Lively. She put a post like "Happy Birthday" and she put Ryan Gosling instead of Ryan Reynolds, just for shits and giggles.
Dude, I don't know how I could personally take that at first. I think I think I need a little more time to like mature to be like okay with that.
He has such a dark sense of humor that he's like I didn't know I could love something as much, and he put his baby. He's like, I would throw my wife in front of the baby. And I was like, oh my gosh. But it's so true.
I mean, that's the type of humor we all strive for, I think.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have the absolute best relationship in the entire world. Their sense of humor is dark, but it makes sense for them.
Yes. If there's a couple to look up to in Hollywood, it's
those two.
It's those two.
100%.
It's those two.
100%.
Forget.
You can't see it.
I mean, we can say it. We just can't see it on the screen. We get some more. We get some more drinks.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Have to. I'm just doing a little guy right now.
But they're like the couple to move up to. Move up.
They're the couple
look up to is what I was trying to say.
They're the couple that you want to be.
Yeah. You don't want to look up to Cardi B and Offset.
No.
No.
Aren't they divorced?
No. Not to my knowledge. They cheat on each other. Or no, Offset cheats on her. This is at least the third or fourth time. And she's like, I'm gonna fucking leave, motherfucker. I'm a bad bitch. Yeah. And then just stays.
What was her
That's
song?
That's my Cardi B voice. I'm a bad bitch.
One of her songs is like, Don't Get Comfortable or something like that.
Well, she's comfortable.
Yeah, she very fucking is. Look, it's Offset and Cardi B. You know how much money they got?
Okay, wait. I think she was gonna divorce him, but then he was entitled to half her money.
Really?
If I'm correct, yes. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. No, I'm pretty positive she was gonna divorce him, and then that's exactly what occurred.
I don't know. I feel like if I had that much money with someone like
On right now.
those two, I thought they were married.
No, they are.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, I'm not that stupid. I swear. I didn't say the R word. I didn't say it. I'm getting better. But Cardi B and Offset, I don't know. I feel like I always see something with those two going on to the point where I'm just like, are they still fucking together? Or are they still like apart? They have a kid together, don't they?
Oh, this is interesting news.
Oh God, I can't read that far.
She announced they had split in December 2018
Okay.
amid rumors of him cheating,
Surprise.
but didn't file for divorce until September 15th, 2020 in Georgia.
Why in Georgia?
The couple says the relationship was
Oh God, here we go.
irritably broken. That's the term. And you know, that's better than what was Will Smith's wife's term?
Oh my God, dude.
What did she say?
Oh,
People were like mocking that online.
it was the biggest meme all over Twitter because of that shit with the Will Smith crying, and I'm like, I feel so bad for the man because what is he?
What is
she
she
fucking like other guys or something?
Well, that's the rumor. It's
Quote,
nothing's
unquote.
confirmed, but she said something like not like we're on a break. That's friends. But what the fuck did she say? I can't fucking remember. Let's fucking look this up too. I can't remember. What did? Oops.
They were on some like big show and they were talking about it, and it came out, and it was the biggest thing ever because it's like Will Smith is like, I don't know what to do.
They're like the poster childs for like good relationships because they have this like saying of like we're in this together till we die, yada yada yada, which is good. I'm definitely not knocking that. I think that's noble. But she said something about like it was a break. It wasn't a. She didn't use the word break though. She was like it was
like an open relationship. Oh, it's a one-sided open relationship.
Yeah, there's rumors that that's them. But like I don't know. She used some term. I'm not gonna be able to find it on right now.
Probably not.
I don't even remember what the whole thing was about. But they've been together forever.
They really have. Look at him. Look at Will Smith, fucking stud.
People can't see it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
there we go. There you go.
Will
There he
Smith.
is.
Look at that man.
Will and Jada. That Will and Jada love. That's a fucking
She looks kind of goofy.
J. Cole
not
song.
Gonna lie. My hair's longer than hers. Speaking of hair,
my hair longer than Jada.
Will Smith, I'll give it to him. 99.9% of his movies have been absolutely amazing. iRobot, Legion, or I Am Legend.
I never saw that movie. But
You never seen I Am Legend?
I know every detail about the movie, but I don't know. My dad like described it to me, and I know like the plot and everything. I know the scene about the dogs and the scene about the fucking the gay break into the house. I've never watched it. I was terrified as a kid.
I recommend it. Probably. It's such a good movie. The whole entire thing between him and the dog, just the whole story behind it, and going through the whole situation of them being the last ones.
I'm so sorry to cut you off.
Good,
She said an entanglement. She said I was in an entanglement or something like that. Like something like but like I mean you get it just anyway, so back to I Am Legend.
This is like fucking Disney Entangle. Oh,
Apocalypse, I Am Legend.
Apocalypse. So him and his dog, especially a German Shepherd. Like German Shepherds.
He had to kill his own dog. Spoiler alert, he had to kill his own dog.
Spoiler alert. His dog
Got bit.
Yeah.
By the zombie dog.
Sadly. My dad's have German Shepherds. German Shepherds are one of the most loyal dogs ever. And Speaking of dogs, I got a new puppy.
You did get a new puppy. What type of dog did you get?
I got a border collie.
What's her name?
Her name is Phoenix.
I guess it's a her. I just shot that out
her.
there.
It is her.
I took a 50-50 chance.
I'll show you a picture real quick. Hang on. She's an absolute sweetheart. You'll have to meet her sometime. She's a crackhead, just to say the least.
All puppies are crackheads.
She still has her puppy fur.
Put her up to the camera. Oh yeah, redo the video. There you go. Yeah, she's got her puppy. What?
She's a puppy. Oh, this isn't working too well.
You guys can see the dog. It's a border collie. We got it.
She's a sweetheart. She's trying to chew everything though. Like I have to lock her out of my room a lot of the time because she is either trying to chew my shoes or trying to pee.
We had a chocolate lab puppy, and they're very
cute.
active and very like crazy. But before we had the dog we have now, same thing. Chewed everything. I've got 1,000 stories of this dog. I will never forget this dog. It was my favorite dog, but we had so many different stories about this dog. One time I left. I was a kid, and I left a pack of like army soldiers from a dollar store. Like 100 of them, right?
Okay.
Like out on the counter.
Destroyed.
We came back, and we left him in this. We had the kitchen blocked off with baby gates, so we couldn't go out and chew the rest of the house up. Mm-hmm. So in the baby gates, there is literally soldiers everywhere.
Oh,
and
man.
I was little and I thought it was funny, and I like remember counting them, and I was like, oh, we're it was like 100, and I remember it was like 72 wounded, and like. And that's what I was, because I was super into army. Yeah, and I was like 10 or MIA. Like we were missing 10. There was 100 in the pack. We have 89. You know, like there's like, it was just funny like that. And then there's 11 survivors.
That's 11.
Yeah, 11 survivors, 10 MIA, 79 wounded in action. The math adds up. Promise.
I don't know math right now.
I'm still got it. I
don't.
Cheers to that.
Oh,
cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, brother.
Think. Remember Rick and Morty were good.
What part?
Where he's super smart and he's with the girl. Sorry. I like the way you think, Stacy.
Rick and Morty. If you've never seen Rick and Morty, please watch it. It's on Hulu.
If you haven't, do you live under a rock?
Please watch Rick and Morty. Funny fact.
So funny.
Well, not funny fact.
I'm crying.
Me.
Sorry.
Whenever Nick, Gio, and I lived together, we had a random roommate, Grayson. We used to watch Rick and Morty season 3 every single Sunday. We would smoke.
Time out. I got into Rick and Morty because of the U3, because I would visit all the time.
Mm-hmm. We love Rick and Morty.
I got into Rick and Morty
watch it every single Sunday
because I would visit you guys literally every other weekend.
Yeah, Rick and Morty was the show. It broke the boundaries of television, I guess you could say.
It did. Why I did not go to school at UCF is unbeknownst to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I was there
most of the time. You came down
every other weekend. I hung out with you guys, and I went to Florida State.
We had some fun times at UCF.
We had a great time. I had a great time at UCF.
That's a good time.
I had a great time at UCF. It was fucking lit. Florida fam. We were talking about University of Central Florida.
In Orlando.
The national champions, by the way. Just kidding.
No,
I don't buy that bullshit. That's fucking bullshit.
I went to UCF and I don't even agree with that.
But there were kids that did. That's what's so absurd. I would go down there and wear my Florida State hat, and they'd be like, "Huh, fucking chump, we're the national champions." And I was like, "Okay, first off, you're not, and neither are we."
It was
like,
bad.
It's retarded,
bad, man.
It's stupid. I'm sorry. God damn it. Fucking like 7 whiskey cokes in. Fucking goddamn it. I'm not 7 whiskey cokes in. I'm 4. I'm 4. Anyways.
No, the national champs thing was fucking stupid, man. I went there and I wouldn't consider us the national champs. You didn't play for the national title. Yes, they went undefeated. Yes, they did really, really good against. It was Auburn, wasn't it? They did very, very well against Auburn, but I would not consider them national champs. Go Knights, but I'm sorry. It's not happening.
No, not a chance.
Oh man, what are you thinking?
I have no idea where we're going with this.
Well, let's put it to this.
Okay. All right.
Festival. We'll go into festivals.
Cars. Streaming.
Alright.
Crypto.
Which one?
EDM. Social media.
Fuck. What do we want?
What do we want to do?
All right.
Cheers.
Oh, fuck.
Near
Cheers.
the mic. Wait, no. Get close. Yeah. There we go. I think
Alright,
I heard
there
that.
you
You
go.
guys hear that?
Audience.
We're drinking Coca-Cola and whiskey. And
Mhm. So cars.
if Joe Rogan can mention that he's drinking, I'm sure we can mention we're drinking.
I think we're allowed to. I think drinking, since we're over the age
I
of
know.
21, I think we're allowed
I
to.
don't know. I'll show my ID.
So cars.
You picked. I named 7 topics. You picked cars.
Yeah, I'm a
All
huge
right.
fan
All
of
right. We'll go
cars.
to cars. We'll go to cars.
So you're not a big person into cars, correct?
No, I am not. I've never. I'm like very basic when it comes to cars. I get to and from, and then I go. The only dream car I absolutely have, I think a lot of people can attest to it, but the only dream car I have is the Mercedes-Benz. I want the 6x6.
The 6x6. The G-Wagon 6x6.
G-Wagon
That's a
6x6.
solid car. So
I don't
cars.
I don't want a 4-wheel. I want
You
6.
want
I
a
want the
6x6.
6x6.
That's
the
a
goal.
nice S. So
Put that up.
yeah, pull up the 6x6.
Yeah, for those of you who are watching on YouTube.
Cars is a very vast category, because there's cars where you have the muscle car, the tuner car, the trucks, the SUVs. Yeah, look at that. The 6x6. The 6x6 is sexy, man. I don't think I would ever own one, because I'm not a big fan of Mercedes. As much as that is, I'm not a fan of Mercedes.
That's the only car in Mercedes I truthfully like.
You want to see a nice car? Look up Koenigsegg. Look up the Gera RS. AGERAS. AGER space RS. So cars to me is more or less an art. Like,
okay,
a sense
respectable.
of art. Each person has their own car that they could. Yes, that's the Gera RS. I think it's fucking sexy. That's actually the 1-to-1. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the 1-to-1. Cars is a sense of art. Like, people, they paint their own art. But me, like, I've been working on cars since I was a kid. Like, I grew up in cars, growing on it. I've had cars. I've been working on cars since I was a baby. Like, since I could walk and since I could work on cars. Cars, you can customize it however you want. You can do whatever you want to it. Needless if you're the one working on it or someone else is working on it. It's a sense of having that thing to go to. Like, when I have those times where I'm just like, I'm down a little bit, I'll grab my keys, get in my car, and drive. You have those moments where you're just like, I'll just go on a drive, and it's your escape from reality, because you can go and just drive. You can listen to music, set your phone down, and just go. I've been building cars. I've been working on cars. It's just a different kind of. I guess you can consider it a hobby. A really, really expensive hobby. Like, my car, I love my car.
Everyone has a hobby, for starters.
Exactly.
But it's a fact of the matter if you can afford it or not.
Yes.
That makes it plausible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make that
like known. A lot of people have a shoe hobby. Yes, that's expensive. A car hobby.
Yeah. Festival hobby. I mean,
hobby.
Literally,
no matter what it is, it's very, very expensive. You see cars. Z and I, we used to go on drives. We would see a car. We'd text each other immediately. We'd send each other, be like, yo, I just saw so-and-so car. Like, I just saw this. Like, it was cool. There's been times where I'll be sitting at a light. Someone will come up to me and be like, dude, I love your car. Like, just tell me about it. And they'll tell me about it.
Nuts.
And there'll be times where, one of the stories I'll tell you about kind of a little bit. I was driving home. I went to go get Moe's. I drove home, and this Genesis drove up next to me. And so we did a little quick race just for fun, just shits and giggles. Ended up at the light. We started talking. The kid's paralyzed.
He's driving a car.
It's his car.
Crazy.
He can't walk. He has a wheelchair. So we were talking to him, and he said, "I love the car." I was talking to him, having a good time, just normal conversation, like an elevator talk, like you're just talking about your car. He said, "Yeah, mine would be manual if I could walk." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "My wheelchair's in the back seat of the car." Like, this man can't walk. And this, like, car culture is a whole different situation from any other culture. Car culture, I'll be driving down anywhere, and you see another nice car, you'll comment something. You'll say something, you'll be like, "Oh, nice car, blah, blah, blah." 90% of the time, the person will be like, "Oh, okay, cool." This kid, his name is Joey. I actually follow him on Instagram. He's a really, really cool kid. We pull up to a light. He was talking to, "Yeah, I'm paralyzed. I have an automatic." He fixed his car so that he doesn't have to use his pedals. He uses hand controls in order to drive his car. And so he drives his car off of hand controls because he's so in love with cars that he doesn't let the fact that he's paralyzed control him, and he continues with going forward with his goal.
Yeah.
His car it's sick. It's a beautiful car. I love his car. I've talked to him a few times. He's a really, really cool guy. It's just inspirational. Let's show that no matter what, even if you can't use your legs, you're still pursuing the fact that you love cars, and you're still pursuing the hobby of going in depth with cars. He goes to car shows all the time. He's going out there, getting all these things. I see all this stuff on Instagram. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, a kid that's paralyzed is driving a nice ass car. It's a wild thing. And then Gio and I went to a car show, and there was this car that was super, super nice. It's called a Corvette ZR1, C7 Corvette ZR1. Beautiful car. Insane. $150,000 car. 80-year-old guy is driving it. Old grandpa is driving this car. We walk up to him, we're talking to him, he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "How much fun is this car, honestly?" He goes, "Remember the first time you had sex?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "It's better than that." I go, "Are you serious?" He goes, "I hit this, and I've never felt that type of emotion in my entire life." He goes, "I'm scared to drive this car, but it is the best fucking feeling I have ever had in my entire life."
To me, that's so weird to hear men compare the way a car drives to sex. And granted, it might feel better to each his own, but to me, I'm like, that's fucking interesting.
It's just it's a really weird thing to compare. Like, car community. I have kids always pulling. Like, my car is very pronounced. Like, it is very known. When you see it, you can tell.
Right.
And I have people rev it. I have older people be like, talk to me at a random light. He'll pull up and be like, "Dude, I love your fucking car. Like, tell me about it." And I'll have a quick little conversation with him. But this guy, 80-year-old dude, he's like, we went to a car show in Quaker State. It was the best thing ever. Gio and I were not expecting it. When he said that, I didn't know what to say. I was not expecting it. Like, it was cool. The car culture, it's just a different culture. You go out, like Angela and I will be out. We'll be driving around. Someone will rev at me. I'll rev back. And we'll give a little wave. She goes, "Do you know him?" I go, "Nope. I don't."
I love how the girls ask if you know them.
Every single time.
It's the funniest thing ever.
Do you know
That's
him?
what's funny to me is out of the whole car culture aspect, it's when the girls are like, "Do you know him?" And you're like, "No."
Nope. I do not.
Because girls want to know.
They do.
They just want to know.
They do.
They want to know. They want to know everything. And you're like, "I don't know." And they're like,
I don't know.
"What do you mean?" They get all serious.
Yeah.
Like, "Do you know him?" And you're like, "Nope." They're like, "Excuse me." And
why is he revving at you?
Why is he waving at you? And you're like, "I don't fucking know. We both like sports, or we both like cars."
It's the car thing.
The ability of guys to connect over things so
It's
simple
so
is so
easy.
funny.
It's so
funny to me. It's so funny.
It's one of the easiest things. Like,
Guys can literally be like, "You like whiskey?" You'll be like, "Yeah, I like whiskey."
Me too.
Let's go get whiskey, and then that's it. It's a fucking it's done. Let's go. Like it's over. It's done. We're friends.
It's the easy thing. Like there'll be times where I'll have people be like, "Yeah, you drive this?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." They're like, "Yo, I drive a Mustang too." I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah,
we'll become best friends.
Oh, Ford.
That's one of the
noise I
reasons.
think they make.
Little quick gasm.
Little
quick
Ford
gasm.
friends. Ford.
Like Nick and I, we both bonded. Me, Nick, and Gio, since we all drive kind of the same car, but not the same car. We bonded so much over the fact that we all like love cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like same with Z. Z and I, we love cars. Like it's ridiculous. It's just a whole different community that not a lot of people dip their toes into, and don't realize that it's a full thing. Like with anything, like with EDM, it's a whole other thing. Like people wake up at, Gio and I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning just to go drive 45 minutes to a car show.
It's crazy to me because I know, again, I know me. I'm not personally super into cars, and the four of you are, and that's the one thing. If I'm like truthfully honest, that's the one thing I've always felt like, shit, I just can't relate with them on that.
It's a
like
hard...
I just can't. There's no way for me to be like I just can't. Even when I try to get into it, I just
hard.
can't. And you guys all talk about cars, and I have to sit. And I'm like I respect it because it is something that you guys love, and it's something you guys like to go do. And I would go to Cars and Coffees with you. I'll do any of that. But like I just find me personally, I'm like there's no way. I don't know why. What it is in my brain, I can't get into it. And I always listen to you guys talk about it. I'm like, damn, I wish I could get into it, but there's nothing that I've found that has truthfully like amused me. The only thing I can remotely think of that closely amuses me, which is sometimes funny to you, but is like truck and Jeep lifts. So, those are the two things I like. I like trucks. I like Jeeps. Those are what I drive.
So the crazy thing is that's actually how I got into cars. Was Jeeps.
Interesting. Okay.
So my dad,
I didn't know that.
He has a Jeep that's pretty much barely street legal, and he would call me at 7 o'clock. We're not trying to sell him out here, okay?
He would barely street legal. Tomorrow he's arrested. We're like, God damn it!
It's pretty much
okay.
It's a buggy.
Take the podcast down.
Get rid of it right now.
Delete. Control Alt Delete. Escape.
So my dad, he was certified by Ford. So I grew up building the cars, building the Jeeps. He got this Jeep. He would call me at 7 o'clock in the morning. He'd be like, "Hey, I need your help." I'm like, "What'd you do this time?" The whole entire rear axle would be out of the car or out of the Jeep. He go, "I need your help getting that back in." I go, "Bitch, it's 7 o'clock in the morning." I skipped everything because I used to go mudding. Like I love mudding. That's one of my favorite.
I do love mudding. I will admit that right here, right now. I like mudding.
Mudding is one of the most fun things.
Or bogging, as they call it in some other states.
Exactly, is one of the most fun things you can ever do. No matter what you do, even if you break something, like you and I.
I'm about to say, you remember when we went mudding
in your last truck? We got stuck, and guess what? We had a great fucking time. It was one of the most need to tell fun that story times.
Because how I remember it is so funny. So first off, I have my truck, which I had not lifted yet. I had not put good tires on it for mudding yet. I had fucking like all terrain. I might have had street tires, to be really honest with you. I think they were street tires, to be very honest with you. And we go with our buddy Josh, shout out Josh, who had this like 1987, if not earlier, Chevy truck with like mud tires on it, and we follow him in it. First off, we get into the fucking mud. We get in, we go past the first like 3 mud holes. We reach these guys with a bonfire. We reach the fucking back, and then we get lost, and we don't know how to get back the way we came. First, the reason why that was such an issue is because we knew we could go back the way we came because we got out there.
Mm-hmm.
But Josh takes us this way. He's like, I think this is the way to go. Yada yada yada. And we're like, all right, fuck it, yeah. Dead ass. I think we were in a retention pond. I have no idea we were.
It was ridiculous.
All I remember is we were in water, literally up to like 3 feet, up to the door, 3 or 4 feet, the entire time, and I made it within what was that?
It was at least a solid 20 feet away from the exit.
Literally 20 feet, and I couldn't get out of it. And first off, the funniest part of that is we're going through it. We're already like 5 minutes into this water, and I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh is stopped in the middle. Do you remember this?
I do. This is a fun ass night.
He's in his fucking truck, and he's stopped in the fucking retention pond. I think it is, at least, or mud, whatever we want to call it. And we're like 5 minutes in, and we come up. Josh is ahead of us by at least 3, and then we catch up to him, and we're like, "What's wrong?" And he goes, "My transmission stopped. Just keep going without me." And we're like, "Okay, fuck it," because we can't stop. So we get to go by him, and we leave his truck, and then we get to the edge where this fucking hill is, and we're like, "We're almost there," and we literally we go like, I'm moving side to fucking side. I'm like, and then I just get stuck, and all I remember is us sitting there going, well, Josh is stuck. We're stuck. No one else is out here. And we could see, all I remember is we could see the road where the car was. We're like, that's the road right there. Like, all we have to do is walk through 2 feet of mud, and then we're on the fucking road. And then Josh somehow fucking starts his transmission, makes it out of the mud, with God have mercy on us, makes it out, and then tows us out. But that was the funniest thing ever, is we were literally 3 feet.
He died.
I know, my mic just cut out. We were 3 feet from it, and then Josh was like 5 minutes behind us, and
that was a fun thing.
The fact that his transmission just died in the middle of the mud hole is so funny to me.
I think one of the other funny
it
moments.
Just died. His truck was a piece of shit, bro.
Dude, what was it, like fucking SpongeBob looking ass?
It was yellow. It had
bright yellow.
Oh my god, he was such a redneck back in the day.
I think one of the other funny moments we had in high school was, remember we played Stranger? I don't know if it was called Stranger, but it was where you have teams of 4, where you had 2 drivers and 2.
We used to call it hostage.
Hostage. That was the name.
Yes.
That game was fun. Yeah. So, whoever doesn't know hostage, you would have 2 drivers and 2 hostages. The hostages would get in a.
Well, wait.
Go ahead.
There's teams of 4.
Yeah, teams of 4.
And you pick 2 people to be hostages on your team. And then you pick numbers, and it gets distributed. Your hostages go to another team.
Mm-hmm.
The other team has 2 drivers, a navigator and a driver. And then you have the 2 hostages from the other team in your car. Just to clarify, so people understand.
And you would, if you were a driver, you would drive those hostages to the middle of nowhere. Oh,
we set like a limit for where we were supposed to go.
It was all of Pinellas County.
We had one person set the we took. Okay, the way the game works is there's team of 4. 2, you pick 2 people to be the hostages, and then you switch hostages with other teams.
Mm-hmm.
The hostages and yourself, your phones are completely deactivated.
The only thing you can do is call someone.
The only thing you can do is call, and you can. The rule is, and we go by an honor system, is you can only call if you know where you are.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you know where you are, you can call, and then your team can try to figure that out where you are and come pick you up. And then we have a rendezvous location. The first team back wins. But we would deactivate everything, internet, maps.
You couldn't see
only
anything.
Fucking call people. You couldn't see anything. So you would get, and then your team would be as a hostage. You go into the other driver's car, and they're allowed to blindfold you to the max, however they want to do it. And you sit in the back seat, and they drive fucking around.
It was the most awkward thing ever, because if random people saw you, you're blindfolded, and these people were thinking, "What the fuck is going on?" These people
look like you're being kidnapped.
Yeah, you literally look like
AKA
you're being
the
kidnapped.
game name of hostage.
Yeah, you literally look like you're being kidnapped, and the farther you went out with the other hostages, like the drivers went out with the other hostages, the farther you have to go in order to get
your other
teammates. So it was kind of a trade. The farther you go, the farther you have to drive in order to get. Oh, I just dropped my elbow. The farther you have to go to get your teammate. Once you got your teammate, you had to go to the place. Ours was Steak and Shake, wasn't it?
We rendezvoused at a Steak and Shake that we all knew. Yes, we picked a location everyone would know the rendezvous at. Yes.
And it was tough because even the drivers couldn't use their maps. They had to just go
drive
that
and figure
way.
out how to get down wherever you were. Yeah.
I remember we dropped you and Z off in the middle of downtown St. Pete.
We were not even. No. We were not in downtown St. Pete. We were past downtown in a place called Coquina Cay.
Yeah, you guys were
which is on the tip of where we live, Pinellas County, which is a peninsula. It's on the very southernmost tip. And I remember finding that and going, Coquina Cay, I have no idea where that is. And then we ran to 4th Street in St. Pete, and we called Josh, and he was like, we're on 4th Street. And he's like, I know where that is. And it took him 30 goddamn minutes to fucking find us.
It was far.
And we didn't get last place because Josh dropped off these people in the Josh went
You guys
mudding.
dropped them in the fucking bog.
In the
woods. We went mudding.
Yeah, that was out of territory. But yeah, I remember that. And then we'll wrap it up here pretty soon. It's about time. But yeah, it was fucking crazy. It was a fun fucking game. If you guys don't ever want to play Hostage. That's a fun game you guys can play.
Just find your boundaries and that'll be a solid ass place. It's fun. It's a really good game. You just have to get a really big group in order to do it.
You need at least 16 people. You need teams of 4. You need 4 teams.
100%.
4 teams of 4 for sure. Yeah. Dude, that's all I got for you today, man. We've done a good fucking amount of time right now.
It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, last cheers, man. We're going to close it out here. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
All right. Bye, everybody. Peace.